Now that we have read in the file into a bytes array, we can, well, obviously we can print it out, but we can go ahead and say copy that file. So we can do something like this. So I'm going to go ahead and comment this out. And let's just go ahead and create a string file name out is equal to, and I'm lazy, so I'm just going to copy this, paste that there, and I'm going to do test2.txt, for instance. So I'm going to say file stream fs, or actually this will be fout, because this will be my output file stream, is equal to file.open file name out. And then now I want this to create a file. So this will specifies that the operating system should create a new file. If the file already exists, it will be overwritten. So be very careful when you do this. You don't want to just choose random files on your hard drive because it will just overwrite those files. So now that we have this, now we have access to a couple of different methods and parameters. Notice that one of these that we have here is write. We have write byte, and let's see, I believe there's just a write somewhere in there. Yep, there it is. There is a write. So writes a sequence of bytes from a read-only span to the current file stream, or in this case, writes a block of bytes to the file stream. And so we can do a write. And now we just need to give it a buffer that we want to write out. And so this will be bytes. And we don't actually need to do the entire bytes because notice I made the bytes array 10 bytes bigger. So I will do 10. And so that will write out everything up to but not including the last 10 bytes there. And then once you're done with this, fout.flush and fout.close. And in fact, we should probably do the same thing with the input file stream, fs.close, just to clean up after we're done. Because if we do not flush it out, then the file that is created may not have any content there until it closes that file handler, that file stream. So now if we run this, shouldn't get any output or any error, but notice that a test2 popped up over here. And if I look, we have all of the same 3 lines in test and test2. And in fact, if I was to change this, this is now the new final line. So this is now in test. Close out of that. This is test2. And if I was to run my program again, because create will overwrite the file, and I look at test2, notice that test2 now has that new line that was in test. So that's a way that you can copy a file from one file to another file by reading in all the bytes and then writing out all the bytes. But I mean, it's really not the easiest. And you can see all the code that I had to write just to read in the data, just to stream it out. There is luckily an easier way. And so let me go ahead and comment all of this out and go down here, and I'm going to grab a couple of these things. So I will grab this and I will do, let's say, file name out, and I'm going to do test3. So there's a really easy way to do this. File.copy, file name out. So this will grab the source file and then the destination file, and we'll do a byte by byte copy of it. Once it finishes running, notice that now we have a test3. So if you do need to actually copy a file from one location to another, file.copy is probably arguably the much better and easier way to do it than all of this. But this does demonstrate how you can read in a file as bytes and then do something with it.